Welcome back to today's video. Today I thought we'd just do we would start a series about the 16, in this case, Bundesländer. I think in English it means like federal states because it's something else than the states like in America. But yeah. So the 16, I'm just gonna call them Bundesländer of Germany because, I think if you want to learn German and maybe want to have something to do with Germany, you should know it, and we're gonna learn about it. Today will be the introductory part, but there's gonna be 16 more parts to come, and I'm excited. So, die 16 Bundesländer, which means the 16 federal states, I guess. Zahlen, Fakten und Besonderheiten, die kaum jemand kennt. Numbers, facts, and what's it called? Not specialties, but like Besonderheit. Special features, die kaum jemand kennt. That hardly anybody knows. From the 21st of April of 2025. Schwerin, which is a city in Germany somewhere. Seit der Wiedervereinigung 1990 hat die Bundesrepublik Deutschland 16 statt wie vorher 11 Bundesländer. Die 5 neuen Länder sind Brandenburg, Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, Sachsen, Sachsen-Anhalt und Thüringen. Zu ihrer Schaffung nach historischem Vorbild wurden DDR-Bezirke zusammengelegt. In der DDR hatte es keine Länder gegeben. So that just means, seit der Wiedervereinigung 1990 hat die Bundesrepublik Deutschland 16 statt wie vorher 11 Bundesländer. Die 5 neuen Länder sind Brandenburg, Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, Sachsen, Sachsen-Anhalt und Thüringen. Since the reunion, do you say that? Wiedervereinigung. Reunion, Reunion in 1990, since the reunion in 1990, has the Bundesrepublik, which way do you say that? Federal Republic, Germany, or of Germany, 16 statt instead of wie vorher 11 Bundesländer, instead of like before 11 federal states. Die 5 neuen Länder, the 5 new countries or states, federal states, are Brandenburg, Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, Sachsen, Sachsen-Anhalt und Thüringen. So these are the own names of it. This is a city. This is, I think in the south, I might be completely wrong, but Sachsen, which is in the east, Sachsen-Anhalt, also kind of in the east. And Thüringen, which is, I think, also in the lower part of Germany. Zu ihrer Schaffung nach historischem Vorbild wurden DDR-Bezirke zusammengelegt. To her, but in this case it's Schaffung, which just means creation, nach historischem Vorbild. Nach in general means after, but this just means according to the historic example, Vorbild, idol, Vorbild. By the way, this is pretty interesting because that just derives from the word bilden. Bilden with an E and an N at the end, which is a verb and says creating. Vorbild means before, so before build, something that was built before, but in general this means idol, but I think it's just interesting that this derives from the meaning of something having been built before, so you have an imagination of it. Example is probably model, historic example. Were being DDR, Bezirke, DDR, what does that mean? Bezirk, like, districts, I was gonna say city parts. Zusammengelegt, so they were put together. Zusammen means together, gelegt is the second past form of legen, which just means put or lay. So 4 or 2, its creation according to the historic example. DDR districts were being put together. In der DDR hatte es keine Länder gegeben. In the DDR had it no or none, no, not countries. This also means countries, but this is in terms of federal states. So federal states, gegeben, had, given in general, but this just means had been there, existed. Es gibt, as always, means there are, there is. So there hadn't been federal states in the DDR. Bezeichnungen wie Freistaat bei Bayern, Sachsen oder Thüringen oder Freie und Hansestadt bei Hamburg bzw. Freie Hansestadt bei Bremen haben historische Gründe und keine rechtliche Bedeutung im föderalen Staat. Bezeichnungen wie Freistaat bei Bayern, that just means Bezeichnung, words, phrase was the right way to say that. Designations, designations, like Freistaat, which is kind of free states, like what's it called? Independent state, I guess. Yeah, free state. By Bayern, not like free state near Bayern or Bavaria, but like for, you would say Bavaria, because Bavaria likes to call itself Freistaat Bayern. So yeah, that's like in terms of Bavaria. Sachsen, Saxony, oder Thüringen, which is probably Thüringen or Thuringen in English, I'm not quite sure. Thuringia, yeah. But I'm just gonna call it the German way. Oder Freie und Hansestadt bei Hamburg, or Free and Hansestadt, which is a pretty old word. Hanseatic city, this is, I think, just derives from the word Hanse something, which just means with, what's it called, water, like dealing with goods in terms of water, so like ships and all this stuff, like when you have a what's it called? I'm blanking on the word. Harbour, of course, with a uppercase H. When you have a harbour, so like you can send ships in and out. This is what it's deriving, where it's deriving from. By the way, that is the reason why Hamburg, in terms of their car, what's it called? Car plates? I don't know. Kennzeichen. License plate is has the HH, Hamburg Kennzeichen. They have the HH. This, they could just have like one H, but they have twos because of Hansestadt Hamburg. That's, I think, interesting to know. So they are Free and Hanseatic city in terms of Hamburg, beziehungsweise, that just means or also or rather, or yeah. I think this is also like a word of saying und, so and, but also can mean or rather. Anyways, and Freie Hansestadt, Free Hanseatic city in terms of Bremen, have historic reasons, haben historische Gründe und keine rechtliche Bedeutung im föderalen Staat. Have historic reasons and no, what's it called, rechtlich? I'm not quite sure, because that is, in terms of legal courts things, and I don't have that much of vocabulary in there, but yeah. Legal reasons legal meaning in the federal state. So in the state of Germany and the general legal kind of things, this has no meaning. Like Freistaat or Freie Hansestadt. This is just due to some historic developments. Durch den Beitritt der damaligen DDR vergrößerte sich das Gebiet der Bundesrepublik Deutschland um 43% von 249.000 Quadratkilometern, QKM is always Quadratkilometer, auf 357 Quadratkilometer und die Bevölkerung wuchs damals rund 62 Millionen um 26% von damals rund 62 Millionen um 26% auf 78,2 Millionen Menschen. Heute hat die Bundesrepublik 83,6 Millionen Einwohnerinnen und Einwohner. Durch den Beitritt, through the entrance, you could say, Beitritt, joining, accession, yeah. So through, this is generally a preposition that means through, but this just means due to or as a consequence of the joining of the the at that time, damalig just means at that time. Let me just translate that. There must be a better word to translate that. The then DDR vergrößerte sich das Gebiet. What's it called? Not enhanced. Vergrößern. Enlarged itself, word by word, the what's it called? I'm blanking on the word. Gebiet. The not space. The area of the Bundesrepublik Deutschland, so the federal state Germany. This is the word for saying like for how much. Like, I don't even know which way you say that in English, but like in terms of how much it enlarged itself, like I don't even know if you say enlarged itself, but like it got bigger. Do you say at with? I don't even know which way you say that in English. Like, no, by you say by 43% von 249.000 Quadratkilometern of starting at 249 quadratic kilometers. Let me just Quadratkilometer square kilometer, of 249 square kilometers to 357 I can't talk right now, square kilometers, and the population und die Bevölkerung wuchs von damals rund 62 Millionen, grew, starting at then roundabout. That just means rund, it means round, but in English it means roundabout, so approximately 62 millions or million 26% by 26% auf 78,2 Millionen Menschen, onto or up to 78.2 million people. So, due to the joining of the then DDR, the area got bigger by 43%, starting at 249 square kilometers up to, or like, and ending at, after the joining, 357 square kilometers, and the population grew from 62 million people by 26% up to 78.2 million people. Heute hat die Bundesrepublik 83,6 Millionen Einwohnerinnen und Einwohner. Today has the federal state 83.6 million citizens, but female, and citizens male. That's kind of due to the, what's it called? It's kind of hard to explain, but don't want to get too political, but like the gender politics also in terms of language, because German is a very specific, I would say, like very precise language, and politics have led to a lot of people using the kind of phrase instead of what was used back in the day, like many or a few years ago. We would just say Einwohner, like the male form, but nowadays due to politics and more like more Einfluss, I'm just blanking on the word. Influence, more influenced by the left, or I guess more influenced by the left in terms of politics. People have been led to using, or like in general more like official websites, because this is more of an official website. People have been led to using Einwohnerinnen und Einwohner, which is like female and male. More also, which you're gonna see is in terms of Einwohner, but you can also see that like in terms of pupils, which is Schüler, like Schülerinnen und Schüler. Like you can also see in terms of, we're gonna use Einwohner. By the way, that is also interesting. Einwohner, which just means one or into as a prefix, and Wohner means someone who is what's it called? Inhabiting. What's it called? Wohnen, living, reside. Yeah, like live, stay. I think you know what I mean. So that is kind of live into something. I think you know what I mean. I just find it to be interesting. Anyways, I wanted to show you Einwohner und Einwohnerinnen und Einwohner is what you see a lot to be like gender, what's it called? Like open for more than two genders. You also see EinwohnerInnen, or you also see that is also like referring to the more than two genders, what's it called? Like to the idea of that, to like include everybody. And is there anything else? I think, but in general I think this, or like the direct specification of the two genders to include them both, with always the female at the forefront, I guess. This is the most common, or these two with the star and this one are the most common ways of including the genders. But this is more of a political thing. In general, you're gonna probably mostly, if not for these two, you're gonna see just Einwohner, so just the male, not male form, but this in general should include everybody. But politics made it a bit more complicated, I guess. Next episodes we're gonna start with Baden-Württemberg. This is alphabetically sorted, and we're gonna end on, I don't even know which one, maybe Thüringen, I don't know. We're gonna end on Thüringen. And see you in the next episodes, I guess. And bye for this one. Leave a like, leave a comment if you want to, as always. And see you in the next video. Bye!